Hi, I'm Shane Luberdin, the Bulldog Guy, and my brand, Duke & Winston, is the Bulldog brand. Since 2020, I've been building an awesome lifestyle brand inspired by one of the most popular dog breeds in the world, the iconic English Bulldog. The brand has been blowing up over the last 6 months, and I'm here on Kickstarter to raise funds so we can expand our product line and build a team to take this all things Bulldog brand to the next level. A lot of people don't realize that the Bulldog is one of the most popular breeds in the world. They're number 4 as far as ownership in the US. The Bulldog is the #1 dog mascot. There are over 40 universities that have Bulldogs as mascots, and there are over 2,000 high schools that have Bulldogs as mascots. My whole life, I would say over the last 20 years, has been about the Bulldog. Like my Bulldogs go everywhere with me. Like I live, breathe, and eat Bulldog. And so to build a brand just around this breed, just just by doing that, people connect with that. When you see that people have such a strong connection to this one breed, it is something that is so special and so strong. And I knew from the beginning that I could build something. And from being around Bulldog people, there is a very rabid kind of community there.
I didn't realize how special bulldogs were until I had one, and how loving they are, and because they need so much extra care, the people that love bulldogs are so loving and big-hearted, just the kindest people. And I didn't expect to make friends and whatnot from having a bulldog. You might not have much in common elsewhere in life. Like I always say, like politically we're different, and like whatever we do for work is totally different. We're all sorts of different ages. Like there've been college kids and senior citizens and everything in between. Like all these people where we have nothing in common except we love bulldogs. And you'll meet one and you just drop to the ground and you just want to just hug them, and you don't mind that they slobber on you. All you want are hugs and kisses from them. They take over your house and they take over your life completely. And it's a wonderful thing.
From 2019 to 2022, it was essentially a one-man operation. And in that time, I was just slowly trying to figure out what products I wanted to develop and to really figure out what impact I wanted the brand to make outside of just selling products. And it's just like building a community and just figuring all that out. And so it was a very deliberately slow process. But in 2022, things just really exploded. Again, because the Bulldog is this breed that has such a following outside of just Bulldog people, I was able to do a shirt for the Philadelphia Bulldogs, which is the nickname that the Philadelphia Eagles got after they got a bunch of University of Georgia players on their team. From designing that shirt, the brand just really took off. I was able to hire my first employee, which is an operations manager, and hired a full-time shipping manager. And before long, there were a team of 4 of us working just to get all of these products out. From there, we developed our licensing plan. One of the best ways to build and grow a brand is through partnerships and collaborations. So these are just some of the initial concepts for collaborations that we're working on. There are 40 Bulldog universities in the US. Strategically, we've kind of started with 6 schools, and so a lot of these schools have Bulldogs in their logos. So we're starting with just a few of these, and then working with from their logos, and also a lot of the archive imagery, photos, history of each of the schools. We'll be kind of using those to develop, vintage, kind of higher end products using a lot of the school's imagery. So things like throw pillows, jackets, pennants, really nice sweatshirts, and some Bulldog products as well. One of the other partnerships that we are working on is the British Bulldog. The concept is a bomber jacket using all the imagery and inspiration from all of the years and A lot of it's like more of the 80s outfits. Davy Boy Smith would wear all of these very iconic costumes. And they have archives of just a lot of stuff that they would wear in the 80s and 90s. A lot of it was the Union Jack stuff, but they also had a lot of bulldog patches. Using all of that to develop like just the best British Bulldog bomber jacket. And also we're going to be developing a version of it for bulldogs using imagery from Matilda, who was their original bulldog that they would bring into the ring. I'm really focused on not just developing your merchandise bulldog products, but to really make them high end. And so the wicker bulldog organizer that we're developing, was kind of inspired by this really high end wicker organizer. And you can see a lot of the color schemes like leathers, wood, and just really high end and elevated dog products. And while doing that, also developing products that fit needs that the bulldog specifically has. So because of the bulldog's shape and size, they have a hard time getting the right harnesses. So we're in the process of developing like the perfect bulldog harness. People really need to feel like a connection and community. Being a bulldog person, I used to have these bulldog meetups in Philadelphia where there were some meetups where we'd get 100 dogs would come out. And I always noticed that when you got bulldog people together, because of their love of this dog, it kind of brought everyone together. Duke and Winston is about all things bulldog. There are over 3 million bulldogs in the US. There's 25 million bulldogs worldwide. So that alone is a sizable, market. The bulldog is essentially the #1 mascot in the world. So almost everyone or somebody has some connection to like a bulldog thing, and there is no other breed that is like that. The goal of the brand since 2020 has been to really show how it can bring so many different people, together. The rapid growth of the brand over the last 6 months, something that I was not expecting. We're in such a lucky position because the demand is so much higher than what we can actually keep up with. But we really do need to stock up and like to be able to develop all of these collaborations and all of these partnerships and, really build like this best bulldog brand ever.